See, let's look at a baby. Has a baby got discipline? There is an inherent discipline in a baby. It may appear to us that the baby is not conforming to our disciplines. But the baby has a routine. Inherently, the baby understands its own routine. So we may call it involuntary or voluntary. We may categorize it, we may sort it, and then we may create our own understanding of our discipline. And we may attune the baby's discipline or attempt to align his discipline according to our routine of job, our routine of resource building, our routine of our entertainment. And slowly now we start imposing on the baby, this is the right doctrine, this is the right dogma, and slowly the rigidity in the growing child has begun. Now, as we grow into adulthood, this rigid stance can become an extreme belief system. That is where the stagnation will occur. Because on one hand we have to respect the existing discipline already. Nature already has incorporated extreme discipline in it. Beyond a point, just like a cat, it comes on a terrace and it knows that there is height and it should not jump. Now nobody has taught the cat that it should stop there. So inherently, every being, every species has its own set of discipline to ensure its survival. We need to recognize and enlist some of this already existing discipline. For example, the sun rises and sets in a specific routine. Nobody has trained the sun how to rise and how to set it. And similarly, your own systems. After you have had your dinner, some digestion is happening. You are not attempting to enhance your digestion. So number one, recognize that there is discipline. Then know that this discipline is taught to people by multiple number of methods, not essentially one coded way. For example, when you graduated from the first standard of your education system, you perhaps were exposed to multiplication table, alphabets. You had a special system of educating yourself on multiplication table or alphabets. You repeated the same rhyme again and again. But 3 decades later, you have access to the multiplication table through your iPad, through internet. So one has a lot of references that one does not need to study this anymore. Right. So many of the formulae that you have studied by rote and you know by heart, you know it inside your memory, is not essential for many today's students to study them by rote because they have access as reference material available. Rather, it is also discouraged that they study all these things because it's all in the memory system of your iPad or your gadget that you have in your hand. So various methods are there to educate discipline, not essentially as coded 1,400 years back into one system. So one needs to understand these changing ways of learning systems and allow that to happen.
Right.
Allow that to happen. And secondly, how much ever you attempt to impose a rigid stance that you have, every extreme situation will be divisive in nature. And if you are in an extreme of anything, for example, you take an extreme position that you will eat only strawberry for a week, obviously you are disconnecting with the masses. So any extreme position that one gets trapped into through their rigid preferences perhaps may not allow themselves to connect, rather it may disconnect with the masses. That is the second point. The first point is recognizing that discipline is already inherently there and that discipline comes to people through various sources. We respect all the sources by which each people understand the discipline they need to get into. Second is that in my rigidity of a discipline should not become an extreme status that I start disconnecting with what is happening around me in the world. And thirdly, I need to know how to evolve myself out of a grip that I'm in into learning disciplines of other people, because they are also successful by some way or the other. So if I think that I learned swimming in a specific way and I have a rigid understanding of that is the only way to learn to swim, and I'm in an extreme position that this learning method has helped me, now is the time for me to come out of the grip of my own method or my own experience and step into how the other person learned his methods of swimming, because he's also swimming as equally as good as I am. He's also competing with me. He's also comparing himself with my pace of swimming. He's also not drowning. So an intelligent person will want to learn the other person's discipline by which he has also learned swimming. This way I enrich the ways that I can use to the same objective as to learn to swim.